Yeah, it's your boy Neferkari Desaline back in the building. Yes, indeed. And today we're going to talk about black women must understand the key to wealth and security is by finding a man. Let's get into it. Now, I'm going to need y'all to forget what you heard about the quote unquote independent woman, the independent boss chick. I got my own car, got my own condo, got my own degree, got my own this, that, and the third. I'm going to need y'all to wipe that from your memory, wipe that from the memory bank, and start all over with a clean slate. You were lied to, all right? They lied to you. They gassed you up. They sent you down on a dummy mission, and you took the bait and you ran with it. Now, I got to give you some correction. I got to give you some words of advice. And listen, I know y'all not going to want to hear it. I know y'all seen the title. I know y'all seen the video. It was like, yo, what is this guy talking about? But listen, don't bite my head off yet. I literally dropped a video a few weeks ago that said women do not need men. So some of the brothers who heard that video are probably looking at this video. It's like, what is you talking about, bro? You contradicting yourself. Your brother's probably thinking, brother, just last week you said women don't need men. And now you're saying that the pathway to wealth and security is by finding a man. What do you mean? Stay on topic, stay on track. Well, let me break it down for you, my brother. I'm going to break it down in the simplest terms. Gather around, take a seat. When I dropped the video a few weeks ago and I said that women do not need men, which I still stand by, and go listen to that video so you get a clear understanding of what I mean by that. I do not mean that quite literally, and this is a certain special case basis. When you live in certain countries, I was applying it to that. I was not applying it to worldwide standards. Of course, that is just foolish. Of course, women need men. If men decided to just walk away tomorrow morning and the electricity would go out and the water would stop being clean and filtered and the food would stop being delivered by the trucks and it would be over. Women would just be starving in the streets. So no, I don't literally mean that women don't need men, because without us, I mean, pretty much we'll be back in the Stone Age. We'll be back in the woods. We'll be back, fighting off lions, tigers, and bears with no shelter, no heat, no electricity, no Wi-Fi. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about a woman who wants to live a life that's worth living. Now, if you want to live a life that, nobody would really want to trade places with you, then yes, you don't really need a man for that. But if you want to live a life that people would envy, that people would look at you and be inspired by, that people would want to emulate, then yeah, you most certainly are going to need a man. Now, why do I say that? And I'm going to keep dropping this stat every time I get a chance. The wealthiest women on the planet, the most powerful women on the planet, the richest women on the planet, the most well-connected and well-respected women on the planet are the wives and the daughters of successful and elite men, mostly inheriting the wealth through divorce or through inheritance. Yes, these are the two ways that women rise to wealth and power and status in society, not in the present day, but always throughout humanity since we pulled up here. They tell you that the pathway to wealth and security is by getting a degree and working for a white man, but they don't tell you that those women are worth less than $0. How are they worth less than $0? They're drowning in debt. Most likely student loan debt. Especially if you're a black woman. I believe what the average black woman is average $50,000 in student loan debt. And we're not even talking about all the other forms of debt, the credit debt, the car debt, the house debt. We're not going to talk about that. So yes, the majority of women are worth less than $0. And black wealth in America is headed towards zero by the year 2053, which is predicted by economists. Why? Is because most of these women, and a lot of y'all men too, y'all are hopelessly drowning in debt. And y'all bringing us down, us with, that got a few dollars in our pocket and keeping the race net worth high. Y'all keeping it down. Y'all dragging us down to the abyss because y'all are just drowning underwater in debt. So because of that, most of y'all are worth less than $0, and y'all don't have a man. And the women with the highest net worth are women with husbands. Why? Because they got a man, and because their man goes hard every single day for decades, ever since he started working at 18 years old. So, you got to get a productive man. So when I say find a man, I don't mean just find any old guy off the street, drinking a beer on the side of the corner behind a dumpster. No. You need to get a man that actually has a vision, a direction, a plan, and a goal that he's heading towards. And you don't just pick up a man, because he got nice shoes and because his hairline clean. No. Because I know that's y'all criteria. You know what I mean? Y'all are not good at picking men at all. That's why most of y'all get on social media. Y'all so mad and upset and triggered and bitter and mad and hurt and emotional about men and this topic. And y'all probably seen the topic and got triggered because a lot of y'all are carrying so many baggage because y'all are just terrible choosers of men. Because to be honest, women were not designed to pick men. It was men who were designed to evaluate men. Your father, your brother, your cousin, your elders, they were supposed to evaluate the quality of the man that you brought to the house. But since we live in a society that is giving women freedom to choose whatever man they choose, y'all have pretty much chose the worst possible men that y'all could possibly choose. Men who were never designed to even have access to women. Those were the men that y'all have chosen. And then when y'all get heartbroken, when y'all end up in terrible situations, when y'all end up with children with these men, and y'all end up in nightmare situations, then you want to blame the entire population of men, including the hardworking, honorable men. We get thrown in the same basket as the same degenerates that you love to, hump on. So, unfortunately, that is a blemish to our reputation, because y'all are terrible choosers of men. So when I say get a man, I mean get a man that's worth having. Get a man that's going to take you somewhere. But unfortunately, here's the kicker. You got to qualify for that man. And most of y'all just simply don't qualify. We just got to keep it real. And most of y'all deep down know y'all don't qualify, which is why y'all go get the degree and go, stress yourself out working until you 50, 60, 70 years old, worth less than $0, because y'all just don't qualify for the men that's worth having. It's much easier to attract the bum. It's much easier to attract the guy with no plan, no vision. All he has is a pair of tennis shoes and, a clean hairline, and that's all he has to offer you, and maybe some jokes and some charisma and, maybe 10 minutes of, good loving in bed. And that's pretty much all he has to offer you. And it's easy to qualify for him, because all you got to do is just exist and just be there, because he don't got $2 to rub together. He don't got 2 nickels to rub together. So he'll take anybody, black, white, skinny, fat, short, tall. It don't even matter. His criteria, his prerequisites are non-existent. So the man who's worth having, his prerequisites are very long, and most of y'all just simply don't qualify. So instead of just accepting the fact that y'all don't qualify and working towards qualifying for that man, y'all just simply throw everything in the trash can, throw everything away, just give it up altogether, and just say, I'm going to do it all on my own. And y'all bring the entire net worth down. And that is why black wealth is headed to zero by the year 2053, as predicted by economists. Now, we can turn this around. It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way at all. Going back to the story of the Atlanta shooter that happened last week, I believe that lady who went and assassinated her apartment manager and her former employer. Why? Because she was stressed out. She had nobody. I believe she was an immigrant who had no family in the States at all. No family, no husband, no cousins, no brother, no sister. Everybody was back home. She's the only one. Everything is on her shoulders. She's pretty much carrying the entire family tree, and everyone is looking up to her as the queen bee, the queen boss chick, the accounting major, business school graduate, Georgia State University, master's in accounting. And she was going down the rabbit hole, and she was about to lose everything. She was down to her last few dollars, and she was unemployed for almost a year, and she was in a legal battle with her former employer, is the reason why she lost her job. And she snapped and pretty much went on a shooting rampage because she couldn't handle it. And I told myself, man, if that chick had a man, if she had a man to not only cover the bills for her when she lost her job, but to invest in her business when she started her business for herself, but also to just give her a word of advice and tell her, baby, it's going to be all right. You're going to be all right. It's just a small setback for a major comeback. That's all you need. And if she had that, I guarantee she would have never grabbed no gun. She would have put no bullets in nobody's head. Nobody would have died. Nobody would be in jail right now, because she's going to spend the rest of her life in jail for sure. I mean, it's a guarantee. We don't even got to take it to trial. Just give her the guilty verdict and just send her to jail already. It's a wrap. We already know. And it's Georgia, down south, big, KKK state. So it's a wrap for shorty, unfortunately. But, free Raisa though, free her, free her. I support her. You can look at my videos that I did on her a few days ago, and you can get my opinion on that. But unfortunately, if this lady had a man, I don't think that would have happened. I don't think she would have felt so alone. I don't think she would have felt so under pressure. I don't think she would have felt so heavy on the shoulders, so much that she's carrying, because she would have had also someone else to carry it with her, someone else to give her comfort, someone else to hold things down while she gets back together, while she regroups and comes back on the attack. But she didn't have that. She didn't have that. Why? Because they fed her the same lie they fed you. You don't need a man. You can do it all by yourself. But you can't do it all by yourself, because it's the men that go harder than you. Men work harder than women. Men work longer than women. Men work until we 70, 80, until we can't work no more, until we drop dead on the job. Women are not trying to be 70, 80, working, getting up at 5 a.m, coming down to the office, coming down to the job site, coming down to the property management site, coming down to, flying overseas, flying this, hopping on the plane. Women are not trying to do that until their old age. Maybe some of y'all want to do that, but I believe that the majority of women do not want to do that. How do I know that? Because I have 5 sisters. I have no brothers. I'm the only boy, and I'm very familiar with how women operate and how y'all think. I know y'all very intimately. So I know y'all not trying to be 74 years old, hopping on a plane for a business meeting. Men can do that. Men will do that. Men be, 83 years old, courtside, going to a business meeting, smoking cigars, meeting with the client, meeting with a different business partner in this state, in that country. Men can do that. We are workhorses. Women do not want to do that. And I know y'all don't want to do that, because y'all always complain about the job that y'all have, even though y'all claim it's a dream career and y'all have so much pride and y'all agree in your accomplishments, but y'all complain about the fact that y'all actually got to put in work every goddamn day. So, I know y'all don't want to do that. I know y'all want to have a man that can hold things down and take the pressure off, but y'all got to qualify for that man. Like I said, the richest women on the planet are the wives and daughters of powerful men, and they don't have to be waking up at 7 a.m. going down to the office. Why? Because they daddy probably owns the office. They daddy owns the office. You know what I mean? They daddy is friends with the person that owns the office. They daddy is friends with the goddamn governor. You know what I mean? So they are living a different life than you do. And how do I know this? Because I am the son of a powerful elite man. I know the life that my sisters have. My younger sister works for my father, and she is 18, 19 years old. Yes, her first job was working for my father. She never worked for no white man a day in her life. I never worked for no white man a day in my life. So, this is the luxury. And as a man too, as a man as well, for you to be a elite member of society, most likely you are also going to need to have a successful elite father. Going by the statistics, I'm not saying you can't be a self-made man and boss up yourself and get money yourself, because my father did it. My father came from the dirt. But I'm saying the statistics, just like I gave the women, the richest women on the planet are the wives and daughters of successful men. Well, elite men are usually the sons of other elite men, or the nephews of other elite men, or the godsons of other elite men. They have some connections. It's very rare if you are going to come from a family where nobody ever accomplished anything of significance, nobody ever accomplished anything that's worth, admiring, and you think that you're just going to be the multi-billionaire of the family. Most likely, if you come from a bloodline of average people who never accomplished anything, you're probably going to be an average man that never accomplished anything. Now, I'm not saying that you can't become a billionaire, a millionaire. You can. Of course you can. Absolutely you can. And but I'm just saying the odds of that. That's what I'm saying. The odds of that. I also spoke about how I was 21, 22 years old, already starting my own business. Why? Because like I said, I'm the son of a successful man. I have the example and the blueprint set already for me. I've seen it. I've seen building an empire from the ground up. I've seen it already. I've seen what it's like to go from, 1-bedroom apartments to multiple properties in different states and different countries and continents. So, I'm not bashing on the women, because in a way this applies to men too. For you to rise up the ranks, you got to be connected to somebody already high up in the ranks. And for women to rise up the ranks, you got to be attached to somebody already high up in the ranks. Going by the stats. Now, of course, you can be like Oprah, but Oprah is severely outnumbered by the women who are the wives and daughters of successful men. Like Jeff Bezos' wife, for example, one of the richest women on the planet, inherited that through marriage. The Waltons, the Walmart family, the daughters who control that enterprise, who are connected to that enterprise. Yes, because their father put in work. Their father built a kingdom that they can now inherit. So, you're going to have to attach yourself to a man that's going somewhere. And, that's just the fact of the matter. Just the fact of the matter, whether you want to do it or not. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. Y'all don't got to follow it. Like I said, I made the video a few weeks ago, said women don't even need men. If you want to live an average life that no one wants to emulate, no one cares to really admire or write about or remember you about, then yeah, you don't need a man. You don't need a man to pay bills and be able to, eat food and be able to have some shelter and be able to call the police in case some danger strikes. You don't need a man for that. But if you want to live a life that is worth living, that is worth talking about, that is worth, waking up every day and being happy about, and, feeling blessed every day, and just, the dream life, quote unquote, that y'all really want. Yeah, you're going to need a man for that. You're going to need a man for that. And if you don't have a man for that, then you better work as hard as a man for that. You better be willing to put in the same grind as a man. You better be willing to work 14 to 16 hours a day like a man. You better be willing to work until you're 85 years old like a man. You better be willing to work until you drop dead on the job like a man. But I know y'all don't want to do that. So I'm giving y'all the heads up as a man, as a brother who loves y'all, as a brother who wants y'all to succeed and do well and is looking out for your best interest and wants to see the black net worth rise and not fall to zero by the year 2023, not 23, but 2053, like economists say. Man, get y'all a man, please. All right, get y'all a man that's going somewhere. Get y'all a man that is not a felon. Get y'all a man that actually has a goal and a vision and direction in his life. Get y'all a man that, people actually can respect in this life. Have some prerequisites that actually are tough to meet. Not just, be 6'5" and be fine. You know what I mean? Not just be 6'3" and, have nice teeth. Like, come on, man. I mean, of course you got to have good dental work, but y'all know what I mean. Get you a man that actually got a package that can, support a family and elevate a bloodline. That's all I'm saying. It's your boy Neferkari Dessalines back in the building. Yes, indeed. Ladies, get y'all a man. All right. Get y'all a man. But the way y'all be living, a lot of y'all be living a thought life. You know, y'all think that the thought life is empowering. So, you know, a man with the direction might not want to let you enter his car to go anywhere. So, you know, you might be standing on the side of the street by yourself with the way y'all be living. So you got to be a woman of honor to be with a man of, you know, integrity and a man of, you know, status and respect. So it is what it is. It's your boy Neferkari Dessalines, and I'm gone, man. Peace.